G'day. We've never actually done a walk through our Taj MaHen, the chicken trailers that we use on our property to keep the girls moving onto fresh grass. So we've got a new flock coming this morning in a matter of minutes actually. So thought I'd do a quick walk around and show you. We designed and built these ourselves. We had an off-market one that we bought originally for the farm. It was okay. It was probably the best of what we could get at the time, but it really just didn't suit our needs. The two things that we really wanted were feed and water on board, so we only ever had to move one structure and the girls could have everything they needed in there. So they've got feed, water, nests, perches, protection, and this is fully insulated as well. A lot of the ones on the market aren't. They're just sheet metal and it becomes an oven. So I just thought I'd give you a quick walk around and show you how it works. So these are the wings, or the doors as we call them. This is set up for day one hens, pullets that arrive here. So we make some changes over time as they get more accustomed to the place. So we'll add perch bars on each side out here because some of them like to sleep more outside than in, so that gives them another option. We've got a chain drive feeder that pulls the feed out of that silo. We can fit about 1.5 tons in there. They're the nest boxes up there. So the girls lay in here. The eggs, they lay in here. The eggs roll onto a central conveyor belt and we collect them in an egg room at the end there. These are the nipple drinkers that they can drink out of. They work really well for the majority of the year. It's only when it's really hot that we put tubs out for them full of ice water. The rest of the year they're really good. They can't soil them or anything like that. These are some of the perches you can see in the middle and here and up there. We run one along the top here as well, but because they're going to be new today, we try to encourage them to go into the middle ones first. So after a week or two, we'll add the additional bar, as well as the outside ones, as I mentioned. The way we fill the feed, there's a hatch on the roof up there. We can just make it with our excavator, which is 8.5 ton. This was our original model, so there's a few little quirks to it that we changed with our newer one. One of them was the original one. We only had one of these spigot points on each end, and these jacks have got drop legs. So what we do on really steep area, so further along there, when we need to level the van, we'll put two jacks on one side, drop one down as far as it'll go, then drop the drop leg and then push that one down, and we can get about 1200 high. These taps are for the water lines to drain them if we need to. As I mentioned, onboard water, that's a really big one for us because this is all insulated. One of the real problems with the hens in summer in Australia is really hot and the water heats. If it's in a tank somewhere else, even if you can insulate the tank, insulating the water line that comes to it is difficult, and then you've got gravity issues or a pump, it's just too hard. So that's a 1300 litre tank, and we've got another little one in there. We can fill these. This is a new addition to this one. We can fill these from the outside, a supply and return if we need to. We run fans on the inside in summer. They're well, whenever it needs to. They're based off of a temperature switch. If it hits 26 degrees in there, the fans come on, and it really does make a huge difference. It cools the place down quite a lot, in addition to a central exhaust fan up there, and that's wind powered as well as electric. Big flotation tyres. The original ones we had were like just second-hand super singles. They were trash. These are designed for feed bins and that sort of stuff that are used on broadacre farming, and they work a treat, and they really don't mess up the place even in the wet, or not as much at any rate. Got a bit of a leak here which I'm going to have to fix later. What have we got at the front here? The tow hitch for the excavator. We can just bring the blade in, hook up, and off we go. Got a lift point. under there's a break. This is the egg collection room. We have a little tank here. We have that so that if we need to isolate the water for some reason, or we want to put something particular in the water for them just for a day, we can isolate just that tank from the main one and give them what they need, and they can get on with things. As I said, this is the central conveyor belt, so you turn that and we collect the eggs this way. What else have we got in here? There's an excluder on the nest boxes, so at night time a door closes inside the nests and keeps the girls out so they don't soil in there and make a mess, and then in the morning it opens up for them ready to lay, and that's driven off this actuator here. First aid kit for us, the hens and the dogs, and then all of the power and electrics that are needed to run the show. The feeder's on a timer that we can set up. We do run lights if we need to, depending on time of year and what the weather's like. So that's a proper poultry lighting system. It dims up, it dims down. There's no flicker. It's the right colour. It works beautifully. There's the controller for the fans, and we can isolate the fans if we need to. So that's about it. This works really well for us. We're really happy with them. As I said, we've got another one down there that is currently in use. That was the second one we built, so it's a bit prettier because everything's better, and I learned how to weld better and that sort of stuff. But yeah, as I say, we're really happy with it. This works really well for us. The only disadvantage, I guess, well, two things. One, it's weight. So if that's full of hens and it's full of feed and full of water, it weighs about 8 tonne. So as I mentioned before, we just can't move it in the wet. It's just too hard. So that's a bit of a disadvantage. Well, we can move it in the wet, but it makes a hell of a mess for everyone. So we're better off just leaving it, and we throw wood chip under it. And the other one, when we built these originally, they were maybe 15% less than, because this will hold 900 birds, 15% less than, say, the 450 bird commercial offerings that you'll typically find. Yep, say 10-15%. Now, because steel's gone up, I think my fabricator said 110% in the past 12 months, this would be quite a bit more expensive. It'd be probably not viable in the current market for steel, because the big structural steel that we use, that's all driven around getting the thing level. So wherever we put it, we can put it level. It won't stress any of the structure, and as I said, it's all engineered. So yeah, but otherwise, it's wonderful. The feed and the water just makes life so much easier. The water's always cool, the feed's always there, and it's dry. It just yeah, gives the girls a real nice home to live in when they're not hanging out in any of our pastures or forests. Cheers.